Stop complaining about Chapter 5, Season 3. We basically asked for this season. Let me talk about that. So, people are complaining about Chapter 5, Season 3 a bit too much. Now, I can kind of understand why you're complaining about this season, and I also can. Like, I'm enjoying this season a lot. I find it really fun. I find the chaos amazing, and that's also the negative part about why I think people are complaining about it, and why just a lot of people are complaining about it in general. But you gotta realize that we all asked for this season. Now, maybe like, how is that even a thing? No one asks for a season. Like, no one gives a theme for a season. Well, think about it this way. Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 6 introduced our first car mod, the off-road tires, right? And they were good because we finally got car mods. And when that happened, everyone wanted more car mods. Everybody wanted mounted turrets, right? I remember every video talking about, oh, we're gonna finally get a mounted turrets after the off-road tires, but we never got it. Right. Now, Chapter 3, Season 2 comes around. That introduces the first zero build season, and it introduces the second car mod we have ever gotten, the cow catchers. Right. And then after that, people were like, oh my god, are we finally going to get more car mods? Because after like a whole chapter, from Chapter 2, Season 6 to Chapter 3, Season 2, we finally got another car mod, the cow catcher. And after that, they took all the car mods out. They took the off-road tires out and the cow catcher. So basically, we were not going to have it, right? And that was kind of disappointing, and I guess everybody got it. But note the fact that everybody wanted more car mods. And think of it this way. If we all wanted car mods, right? And obviously the first one that would come to your mind is the mounted turret. Like, how much damage do you think it would do? Like, I think people are kind of complaining about the damage the cars do, that they do 200 damage in like a second when you get run over. And I think a lot of people are also complaining about how, like, just everyone has, like, a mounted turret. I'm like, bro, how much damage do you think it was gonna do? Like, what do you think it was gonna do? Shoot kitties? Shoot paper clips? Or it only doing, like, 1 damage? Like, no, it's gonna do a respectable amount of damage, right? So now comes Chapter 5, Season 1, right? The first season that Fortnite introduced weapon mods. What makes you think they were never going to add car mods after this? Like, it makes sense. Like, you don't think about it at first, but it makes sense that they were going to add car mods later on. And I think people just complain too much. Because one, if they nerf the cars to the ground, everybody's going to call the season boring, which was happening last season. Everything was just too weak and just boring. Like, the wings were just the worst mobility item ever. It was so weak and just a boring season in general. But now we have broken items. This season is still also annoying because nothing is balanced. We will never get a balanced season because you can't have the middle. That's never gonna be a thing because statistically, if the wings damage was increased a bit, it was a lot easier to use. They would be really, really powerful. Because all they would have had to do is make it so your hitbox is a bit smaller, make it so that it's not clunky when flying out of the wings, or like just flying up in general, and then it's really good and everybody's just gonna hate it. But they chose the weak version of that. And then if you use the weak version of the cars, like I said, no one is gonna use it. Right? It's just gonna be a repeat of last season. Like, cars, in my opinion, aren't as nearly as powerful as, like, the UFOs, the mechs, the original mechs, not the ones from Chapter 2, Season 8, and even, like, the planes from Chapter 1, Season 7. Now, it is also because everybody has a car, but look, if everybody has a car, just make your own car, or if you hate having to do that, then, bro, I'm sorry, because that's, like, the only way you're gonna be able to win, and I'm not gonna lie, I find that kind of fun. I like having, like, a really stacked car, and you may not find that fun because the season is all about cars. And legitimately, on my TikTok For You page, I have a split between people who are absolutely loving this season because it's something different. It's something that we've never had before. It's so chaotic. And then we have the other side saying that it's so bad because nothing is balanced. Like, I think this season is a lot better than you might think. It is way better than last season. The Boom Bolt is really good. And I know the cars, like you may say, are really hard to counter, and everybody wants the EMP nades to come back. But I'm just gonna say right now, I don't want that to be the solution to the cars. Like, I know EMP nades are good, I know they can stop cars, but I don't want to carry the EMP nades to the end game. A lot of people will have cars, right? But they may not, right? And taking the EMP nades is kind of a 50-50. Will people have them in the end game, or will people not? And I know some people were saying that they wanted the guided missile launcher to come back, but obviously it would have to be buffed. But I don't want that to come back either. I think the best solution is the heavy sniper to the cars. I think if Fortnite does bring back the heavy sniper, which I think they will do, even the EMP nades well, but they have to bring like a lot of stuff back. But if we were to only bring one thing back to improve the season to make it so the cars are balanced, I feel like it'd have to be the heavy sniper. The guided missile launcher is bad against players, and the heavy sniper, we finally can have a sniper back. Like, the heavy sniper is the perfect sniper to bring back because it's the one that actually does a lot of damage to cars. But what they could also do is bring back the heavy sniper with 2 shots, so it'll be easier because there's no way the heavy sniper is going to one-shot cars. There would be no point of driving a car at that point. Like, that's what you got to realize. If they were to bring back EMP nades, like, just getting completely shut down with the car, that could be really annoying. And also, there is the EMP nade on the bus, but it doesn't even stop the turrets. So that's what they gotta fix to make the EMP nades actually work. Because we have an EMP nade kind of in the game right now, but it doesn't really work. It doesn't even make the turrets stop. Yeah, it stops you from, like, absolutely destroyed by getting rolled over, but it still doesn't necessarily stop the turrets, which I think are the most annoying part. I honestly kind of find it funny when I get rolled over. I don't really care. I mean, it is kind of annoying when I'm playing a ranked game, but it's still kind of funny in my opinion. We have to bring back the heavy sniper. We have to bring it back with 2 shots. It'll make it so the mods for the heavy sniper make sense. You could put a speed mag so it can reload faster, because heavy sniper doesn't really reload fast anyway. And if you put an extended mag, you can make it so it has 3 shots or a 4, but 4 would probably be too excessive. So yeah, I think people complain about the season way too much. I think it's not as bad as last season, and I'm not gonna lie, I really like this season. Like, this season is just way better than last season. Like, last season was the first time I absolutely hated the season. I hated it so much. But this season is nowhere near as bad as it. Like I said, people are complaining because the cars are too broken, but that's also the fun part. Like, Fortnite's never gonna add chaos again, because everybody's just gonna complain. Like, if you can't beat the cars because you don't have a car, get a car. There are cars all around the map. Yes, the mythic cars are broken, but there are, like, service stations all around the map. Like, you can make your own car. And, like, I kind of like having all the cars in the end game because it's funny seeing everyone drive around in cars. And I like the season too much. I think people complain way too much. Like, that's what's wrong right now. But what are your thoughts on the season? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And what do you think Fortnite could add to improve this season?